The alley was dark, damp, and narrow. 3 men stood there, their voices rough, their laughter cruel. In the shadows, a well-dressed man struggled against the wall. His lip bleeding, his briefcase spilled open on the ground. He had wandered too far into a part of the city he didn't belong. And now he was paying for it. Leave him alone. The shout came from the mouth of the alley. All 3 men froze, turning to see who had spoken. And then they laughed. It was a little girl, no more than 6 years old, skinny, with wild braids tied unevenly and a coat 2 sizes too big. Her knees were scraped, her face wind-burned. But her eyes, sharp and steady, did not blink. Look at this. One of the men mocked. Little princess thinks she's a hero. The girl stepped forward, gripping a scuffed rubber ball in her hand. I said, leave him alone. The men sneered. One barked out a laugh. Another leaned in closer. Go home, kid, before you end up just like him. But the child didn't move. She lifted her chin. I don't miss. The men roared with laughter until the first ball left her hand. It cracked against the bridge of a man's nose. He howled, stumbling back, blood pouring down. Another man lunged forward, ready to grab her, when voices rose all around. From behind parked cars, from stairwells and shadows, dozens of kids appeared. Boys and girls no older than 10, armed with tennis balls, dodgeballs, even a few battered baseballs. For her. One of them shouted. Then the storm began. Balls flew through the air like a hail of fire, smacking jaws, shoulders, legs. One man choked and fell to the ground. Another clutched the back of his head. Within moments, 3 grown attackers were down in the dirt, groaning and crawling away, defeated not by strength, but by children who refused to back down. The man against the wall could only stare. A child had stood between him and death. The girl walked up to him, breathing hard, one last ball in her hand. You okay, mister? He nodded, stunned. Sirens wailed in the distance. In a heartbeat, the children scattered like smoke, vanishing into alleys and stairways. All except her. She stayed, small chest heaving, eyes defiant. A police car screeched around the corner. Officers jumped out, weapons half raised. Hands in the air. The girl raised her arms. The ball dropped from her hand and bounced once on the ground. One officer grabbed her shoulder roughly. She's just a kid. The man cried out. She saved me. The officers hesitated, but the little girl only whispered, Did I do something wrong? The man swallowed hard. No, he said. You did everything right. Days passed, but the man couldn't forget her. That tiny figure in the alley. That courage. He went back, searching. And he found her again, standing near a chalked-up wall, throwing her battered ball at a target she had drawn herself. He approached, no suit this time, only a sweater and jeans. You again, she said, wary. I came to ask a question, he told her. Those kids that showed up when you called, are they your friends? She hesitated. Some of them. We look out for each other. He nodded slowly. I want to help them. She crossed her arms. We don't need charity. I'm not offering charity. I'm offering a chance. A place. A team. The girl tilted her head, skeptical. He explained. Coaches, gear, a safe field. A chance to build something more than broken sidewalks and borrowed sneakers. Why? She demanded. Because I don't want to be the kind of man who gets saved by a child and forgets her the next day. For the first time, her stern look wavered. She glanced down at her ball. A team. She whispered. The next Saturday, kids gathered at the lot they called a field. Just dirt, weeds, and a rusted fence. But this time, a van pulled up, unloading bats, gloves, buckets of balls. And standing there was the man. The children eyed him with suspicion. One muttered, Why would someone like him care about us? Another scoffed, probably just wants to feel better about himself. But when the girl stepped forward and said, He listened, the others followed. Practice began under a volunteer coach, a wiry man with a booming voice. The kids ran drills, swung bats, caught pop flies. And the man just watched from the sideline, a faint smile tugging at his face. When practice ended, the girl walked over. You're really doing this. I am, he said. Not for one day. For as long as it takes. She studied him carefully, then said, You want to help? Then stop looking like you're doing us a favor. The words hit him hard, but he nodded. Deal. Weeks went by. The kids practiced in their mismatched shirts and battered shoes. But now they had gloves that fit, balls that bounced true, and a coach who believed in them. Word spread, and more children showed up, some to watch, some to join. The man was there almost every day. Not for cameras, not for headlines, but simply to watch them grow. To watch the girl, who had once stood alone in an alley, now stand at the center of something bigger, leading not with age or size, but with courage. One evening, as the field grew quiet, the girl looked at him and asked softly, Are you going to stay? Even when it's hard? Even when people say you shouldn't? He crouched down to meet her eyes. I stayed the moment you threw that first ball. And I'm not leaving. For the first time, she smiled. Small, but real. And under the fading light of the city, on a field made of dirt and hope, a team was born.